So I'm glad you two are here, including me on my other Instagram so I can see you guys. I know you'll be able to hear me definitely through Instagram because the thing is right in my face. But I had an issue with microphones for Facebook. So I don't know if anyone's going to show up, but I wanted to videotape this for Facebook. Oh gosh, not Facebook. I don't want to go live on Facebook. Okay, my camera's wacky. There we go. Okay. Hello, welcome. We're just getting set up. Thanks for joining. What's up, PV? I'm doing a double simultaneously. Okay, my brain is trying to figure out. When you go live on YouTube, and I'm using my actual fancy dancy camera, it's reverse on screen that I'm looking on my computer, but it will show regular. So I have to kind of So, all right, welcome to my 2024 Techo Kaigi. For the ones that do not know what that means or are not familiar of the Japanese, Taiwanese, Asian stationery community, it is technically the breakdown in English from those two words is a meeting about your journals, your planners, what you're going to use, and what didn't work for you in the previous year. I'm not going to do any negativity on this video. I'm just going to tell you what's up and what I'm using next year, and I'm so excited. So I am going to, hopefully the YouTube one will continue. So, all right. And he says, yes, we can see you well. Awesome. Thank you. All right. So without further ado, here we go. I am going to follow suit of like what. Okay. I don't know if I have to adjust this one a little so you guys can see it a little better. I'm using my old stand from when I used to just use my. Anyways, sorry. I digress. I did a Franken planner with odds and ends. Awesome. Love to hear that. So I'm going to take a page out of April from Penguin Creative's book, and she kind of talked about what she is continuing to use in 2024. So if you guys follow me on the YouTubes, you'll know this is my everything journal. It's an Archer and Olive, and I am going to use it until it's filled up. So as you can see, she's very, very fluffy. And I think because of the sun on the top of the cover, I think her name is Sunny. Let's see. What's the last page I did? We'll do a little flip through so you guys can kind of see it. But feel free to check out that video over on my YouTube. So anyways, these are blank. This is my only art journal that does not have the dots. So look, I only have that many pages to go. And then I think I'll do one more flip through video before that. It's kind of fun to hear. So as of late, let's see, let's back up a little. As of late, this is kind of what I've done, random things. And some of them are still blank pages because I ran out of film. But I put things in my thing for odds and ends, for when I got stickers. Christina Mummy. She is a local artist here in Milwaukee. I got to meet her a couple times. And so I like stash my stickers and things like this because they don't have a place to go yet. And I didn't want to misplace them because with ADHD and autism, if I don't put it on my list or put it somewhere I know, it disappears into the world. Barbie says, yes, everyone check out Katrina's YouTube videos. They are great. Thank you, Barbie. So this one, I was just using some of my my version of what I was taught in Ohio by Paula G. of the snippet roll, just using lots and lots of different stickers that I've been holding on to. So I just ripped off some and just glued it in there, and that's that. This was a sample page I did to show people how I decorate a page. I think that's in my shorts, or you can watch it in the reels. This is just more just decoupaging. And I did this one as a theme page, as you can tell, with drinks. And Brandy Kincaid's little thing. And I'm so glad her doggy is doing so much better now. If you guys follow Brandy, you know what I mean. So let's see. The thing is that what I like to do is if I put some things on a page, I am trying to embrace the white space. I don't like using the word negative, but if there isn't anything on the page, like for example, I did this. I was going to then write about Scorpio and my birth sign and all of that, but nothing has come to me yet, so I just leave it blank. So it's okay just to put one little thing on a page and call it a day. This one I really like. Here, if you watch my video, the top flip through, I talk about trying to make stickers from other things. I wasn't impressed with the how they turned out, and I watched, I think, 2 or 3 videos over and over and over again, and it did exactly the same steps as they did, and I'm just like, whatever. Quick trip to Chicago. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this. I might just put my traveling ones in a certain journal starting next year, but I really wanted to fill up the pages. These are from another local artist. I can't think of her name right now, but she does a lot of Chicago stuff. And let's see, Paula's dog, 13 years old. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about Paula's dog. There's a lot of puppies dying this week. I think Elisa from scrappywife.com's her one. Join. Hello, Monique. Oh man, 13 years. Well, we have 10 more years with our puppies then. I better enjoy it while we can. So this is from when the Christmas markets that they do, taken from Germany. There's a lot of Germans that are settled in the Midwest. And so this is what I like to do. You know, just putting our tickets that I bought for the day. Can't beat a $5 round trip ticket, and the L takes you everywhere. Here's some more labels. And then after I was doing this mushroom supplement, it turns out this was the source of my hives. So, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. We just got started. Okay. Thank you for stopping in, Amy. So nice to see you. I'm starting my Techo Kaigi, and I just showed my everything journal. I only have about 10 pages left, so I am finishing it. I'm hoping I'll finish it before the new year. Then I will be able to start my new one, which is from Notebook Therapy. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, moving on. Kind of a commercial, kind of not a commercial. Oh, you like saving your tickets too? I do too. And back in the day when I did my 12 by 12 pages, that was like front and center. But now that I don't do 12 by 12s, I want to come up with some creative way, not to copy everyone else, but something. So this is kind of an infomercial, but it isn't, because I'm actually using one of my own journals that I designed. But I wanted to show you these. These are going to go on sale next week for half off, all of them. But these I printed up on the Amazons because that was the cheapest way for me to print them up. I found a new printer, and in the new year, I think I will try to print these up again using that company. But anyways, if you just type in Katrina Katz, you will find my my site. Plus, it's in the links in my bio. So these, unfortunately, when you do, if you go, oh, I want to create my own journal, go for it. But like, just to let you know, they want you to have words on the journal. So you cannot just do a design and be finished with it. for some reason you have to have a title. So I had to come up with these quick titles. But all of these are original drawings of my own. And before I get into the one I am using, they're all the same size. And what I did is in each of the beginning of them, I wrote a little blurb about it, why I'm doing this. I put in this so it was easy for you just to write your name on this page and get over the scariness of writing your name in a journal. And then I think all of them, this isn't like 100 GSM paper, but like, yeah, this one, I did blank and then I did dot grid. I don't know if the cameras are picking it up, but it's a light dot grid. I personally do not like lined paper, but please let me know if you do like lined paper. I will more than happy to do one with lined paper. So this one is Let's Begin. It has the same blurb, but I think this one, yeah, this one I did dot grid, some squares, and then blank. And then this one, which is one of my best sellers, is dot grid, squares, and blank. And the reason I did those type of papers in these is just to give people a chance to see what they like and see how they work on it. And you can use these for anything. You could even take it apart and put it on a spiral, on rings, whatever you want to do. So let's get into the one that I am using for myself. Dot grid is my favorite. Awesome. I'm dot grid too. High five, everyone. Blank paper I'm okay with because, you know, I like to draw and paint. The lines, even though I might be going back to school, line paper scares me. I cannot create on line paper. Even if I was going to just do a brain dump, I just don't like it. So anyways, this one is for knitting. I'm not a crocheter, but I bet you could convert this to crocheting. If there's any crocheters out there that are dying to have a book just for crochet patterns and such, please reach out to me and I'd love to design one to put on the Amazons for you. So this is to knit or frog. That is, or to knit or to frog. That is the question. And if the ones that are not familiar with knitting, you're knitting, and all of a sudden you realize you skipped a stitch, you put too many stitches in, you have the wrong color, and they call it frogging. You rip out the stitches. And some people say, oh, because it sounds like rip, 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 rip. What does a frog say? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. So that's the reason why. So, all right. So you have to put a tile page in when you make from Amazon also. So I gave a little blurb of why I created this booklet. Another thing, I haven't done it yet, but put your name. And then I thought it'd be fun to start out of things I like about knitting. Things I need for my project, just like paper crafting, stationery items, everything like that. There's always things you need for projects when you work with yarn. So I did it that you would have 9 projects. And then the rest of it, because you have to have so many pages to print up a booklet on Amazon, I did more other important stuff. And what I did is I went and I did the page numbers for you. I did all of the thinking for you. So you don't have to say, oh, what page is that? Kind of like some blank journals where you have to write all the pages. So that's why you see them kind of odd page numbers for the projects, because this is what it looks like. You have the name of your project, when you started it, when you ended it, the pattern size or the pattern name, the size, needle size, the gauge, or if you have a certain gauge, and then the rest is notes. So I did it in pencil because I wasn't sure if I was going to commit to doing this. Not saying I'd erase it and resell it, but just in case I didn't want to use it, I could erase it and then, gift it to someone. So you have that, and then you have this whole other side for more notes. Now this is what I came up with. So all 2 of these pages are just for your project. Each square equals a row, and I counted over and over again. So if I filled this all up, I would have done 252 rows. And the reason I did this is for people that do Afghans or do sweaters and things like that. So, and then you just go on to the next one. And then the next one, I'm starting a neck wrap for me, warmer. So, and then the back, I told you I don't like lined paper. And you go, well, why do you have lined paper in there? Because I didn't make this especially for me. I made it for the average person that uses these type of things for knitting. And I know that they like it. So, like, I have some cards here I haven't stuck down yet. So you can do that. You can write about your favorite needles, write a list for your needles. So that's what that is. So that I am going to continue using this in 2024. All right. So now I'm going to share about one of my art journal things. My creative friend Talia asked me, and we haven't checked in with each other in a couple of days now, but if there was someone that was doing 100 days worth of drawing, and we didn't make a commitment like we have to do it every day or anything, but she wanted to practice a certain thing, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a try. So this was a present given to me by Portland Leather Goods. Not them, but it's by Portland Leather Goods. It's a passport for actual passports. But what I did is I put in one of my Create with Pen books in it. I won a couple of these. I won a couple of these books from them. And so the weight of the paper, it's really good with ink pen. I haven't tried paint in it yet, but with ink pens and with pencils, it works really nicely. So what I did is because if you haven't had one of their little journals, they're really nice. They put this on the outside of it so it protects their design, which I'm like, that is so smart to do. But it didn't fit completely in here. It was just that much of a too wide. So I just trimmed it down a little so I wouldn't have to ruin the actual journal or notebook, and it fits in perfectly. Oh, yes, I could carry this around by itself, but I wanted to try not a traveler's notebook passport size because that has all the strings and stuff. I just wanted something like this. So I really have enjoyed keeping this in here. Now, being left-handed and drawing for us lefties, what a pain that is. And I didn't start on this page because I didn't want any, I think it happened see what happened here. It rubbed off, so I kept this, like I should have kept that blank. But anyways, being left-handed, I turned it around. So you guys, I'm sorry, pronouns these days, I guess I can't say that. The audience members today, you're lucky. You're the very first ones to see this in public. I decided to do mushrooms for my 100 drawings. I'm not putting it like when I did the one in May and June and do it exactly every day. But I do batches of it. I know my friend Barbie, she loves sitting down and doing batches of certain artwork. And so I kind of took that mentality of like, you know what? I'm just going to draw a couple mushrooms. Some of them took me longer, some of them didn't. So here we go. These are the first ones I have. And the common theme is that there's some mushroom on the page. I really like how this one turned out, and I think I might turn this one into a sticker. These are representative of the long, I don't know the name of them, but when you go to H Mart, the real skinny white or brown mushrooms. I do not own a cat, but I couldn't resist. I'm like, how cute is this? This is a mushroom snowman. No judging. This is a mushroom cap. This is a little fairy in her mushroom garden. I was testing out some paper I had for junk journaling. This is all ink pens, not paint. I was vibing Barbie this time when I was doing this. I was practicing some of my grid work. This is a cacti one. I've been following an artist. Her first name's Olivia, and she's roaming the country for the next year with her and her dog Valentine. And I was like living through her vicariously of her visiting my home state. So I've been messaging her like, oh, you need to try this. You need to do this. And so it's been cool. So I'm like, oh, let's just make a cactus with some mushrooms. This is a little mushroom community. This is just a mushroom. Will I go back and decorate it? Maybe, maybe not. Here is just trying to do a pattern. And that's it, I think, except for the very back. Now this one happens to have, oh, drat. Doesn't say how many pages, but I think I counted it. And I think if I go one way, did I number them all? Yeah. See, I ripped a couple pages out because I did some pen testing, but 58 pages. So I have more than enough pages to do 100 if I do it on the back. So the ones that are not, as you can tell, a lot of them didn't ghost at all. I can do another like pencil drawing on it. And this is another one that I was trying out on old paper. An upcycled book. It was already a destroyed book. I do not take pages out of books that are being used. Just to let you know. Okay, so this is just my drawing one. There's one, thanks, Barbie. There's one that I wish I had to show you guys today, but I didn't realize that Notebook Therapy, they ship from China. I knew they were overseas, but I didn't know it was China. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for it to come in. And hopefully, I know I'll be in before the new year. So I'm learning to be patient. So meanwhile, I will talk about which one I'm going to use for that. But this is Emma. I have a video on my YouTube channel if you want to know more about Emma. We'll do just a quick flip through. This is a Moterm leather. People use it for their planning and as their wallet, like putting their credit cards and ID. I strongly am against that. Kudos to the ones that do that type of thing, but that's not for me. So I decorate it instead. And I think I have, yeah, all of them. Found my dots. Well, maybe we'll put a dot on our bingo page. I've been putting things in there and then I decorate it. So if you want to know how I do this, go check out the video and you'll find out. So anywho, the latest things in here is a December that I made on Canva. And then I found all these little gnomes and stuff for Yule. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. So let's see if we could do this bingo. It's Planning with Carol and Taylor. They are here on Instagram and over on the YouTube, and they have a Facebook group. Let's see. Listen to your favorite music. Read a book. Take a break from technology. Can't do that right now. What can we do? There's a lot of things. Oh, I forgot. We went inside. We drove through our neighborhood. It says, go see holiday lights. So there we go. There's no prize for this. It's just a couple planner journal ladies that wanted to have fun and encourage people to just think about journaling a different way. So welcome to everyone that has come in late. Not late. I'm sorry. You're never late. You're here right on time where you need to be. And let's continue. So I those are the two things. This one, the reason I got it is because it was the rings and I wanted to try out the rings. I know there's a lot of people here that go back and forth, rings, bind book, Hobonichi, no Hobonichi. So I just wanted something that looked fun and that I could add and I could subtract to. And so let's see, I could show this. I did some to need to do instead of to-do lists. I like the need to do. I put other designs in here. This is pages I did, things that can wait. My pain tracker for my hypermobility. As you notice, this is the design on one of my journals I just showed you guys that it's for sale. So as you can tell, it's just a lot of fun, in a way, therapeutic stuff to, to put in here to look at. So I might design one for embroidery like what I did here for my knitting. So right now I'm just experimenting because I'm getting back into embroidery and I don't know exactly how I want to use it. But so far this format has worked for me. I'm doing a embroidery project that a lady from a gathering I went to was doing, and I really liked it. So my mom bought it for me actually, and so now I'm working on it. So part one was in pink, and there were certain stitches, and then I wrote about it, how it worked and not. And then as I did the stitches, I made an X mark. So now I'm on part two. You might have seen it in my stories this week. And as I go about it, I will X mark it again. Make sure this is in camera for you guys. Yes, it is. And then also, it's important to put down the number, especially DMC embroidery floss. It's important to put down the number. So you might not get the same dye lot, but you know exactly what color in case you run out of it. And this time, I don't know, did I do it? I just wrote finished, but this time, like in my knitting book, I wrote started, and then I'll write finish and write notes. So I made these on Canva, very easy to do. See more of my artwork. I did some looking ahead. Truth be told, I haven't really used these. So that's another experiment, and that's okay. Journal prompting. I've been okay with this. I might move this over to another one that I'm going to talk about in a minute. And then here's my chakra card for the fifth one for the throat. I'm still really enjoy looking at this, reading it over and over again, and then looking at the affirmations for the fifth chakra. So this is getting me inspired to maybe creating the booklet that goes with my cards in this format for people that buy it. And then here I just have this little pocket because you need a pocket to put things in. So I will definitely be using Emma in 2024. Let's see. Okay, this one hasn't arrived yet. But I'm going to use a book from I'm using a traveler size notebook from Notebook Therapy that's bound like Archer and Olive. Just let that sink in. Oh, I might have to move this stuff because on my YouTube channel, it's kind of getting clogged up here. So let's move these people out of the way so I can get more of this on the camera. I think you guys on Instagram are okay. You don't need this anymore. We know where we are. There we go. Now we have a little more room on the face. Why do I say Facebook? Blah. On the YouTube. Okay. So this one, let me put my things. Barbie, I'm really fascinated by all your field journals, art journals, planners, and notebooks. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a heck of a year. That's one reason I don't like odd numbers and was really sad what happened to 2020. We don't have to go into that because we all lived through it. But yeah, it's just been bizarre for all of us, people I know personally and that I know just through Instagram or the YouTube. So this was the year that I just tested a lot of things. And thank you for saying that, Barbie. I'm doing what makes me happy and what works for me. Now, some people go, well, I do that too. And why didn't you give me credit? And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I did not know you did that, you know? So, yeah, it's just been really exciting to learn all this stuff. So I do have Traveler's Notebook covers, but I want something where I can slide things in. And yes, I know they make that little paper one or they make the cloth one. And I'm not on board with it yet because I want to see it in person. And there's a shop in Chicago I want to go to. And if they let me look at it in person, then I might purchase it. But this is Olivia. She's also a Moterm. Same basic setup, but with strings. Now, a while back, she was, there's her third string. I did a hybrid where I put a ring planner in there, but the pages were so small, it just didn't work out for me. That's why I got my Emma one. So basically, my plan for 2024 to use this as much as possible, and it's okay to change it out. But the reason I want to use this one is because it has the secretary pocket right here. So for example, using this as an example, I can slide it in here, but it'll be like a traveler size. I saw Kelsey Doodles or Doodle Kelsey. I think Kelsey Doodles do that. And I went, oh, that's brilliant. So this one will have my sticker book, which I have a video on my YouTubes about if you want to know more about it and my thoughts and feelings about it. So I'm going to continue using this, and as stickers end up in my journals, then I will be able to replace some and put new stickers on the pages and continue. Like the ones I just received in the mail. And she didn't put a note in it, and I'm so sorry. I just don't know who that person was. So I need to write her back because she gave me her address to thank her. So this is actually, we can take this one out. This was my 30-day long form journal that I did in November. And it worked out pretty good. And I just made this from an old cover of a book that my friend Melanie from England sent me. I used up the paper, so I reused the cover. And then I just punched holes in it, again, the paper, and then sewed it. And it worked out great. So I'm going to keep this because it's kind of, let's see, why am I keeping this in here? Well, actually, let's move this over because I haven't decorated my sticker book thing. I see a lot of people, they'll stamp it and stuff. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that maybe Traveler Notebook will do another caravan. And the places that are legally allowed to sell their stuff, they give them stamps to stamp in the store. So I might just leave this blank so I can do that. And then the hardback traveler's notebook will be here. Let's see. They make me happy. I love how chunky they get. Yes. I love how they get really chunky too. So my thing is that the traveler's hardcover from Notebook Therapy will slide in here, and that will be like my long form. I might do some tracking in there because I'm going to start PT and some other things. And actually, that's in another one. Thank you for reminding me. Things like that. So that's what's going to be in here. And then it will just like be enough room. But I figured I could also then like add my washi tape like I've done before, and these slots or papers in here, because I want to try to go cafe journaling once a week starting in 2024. I started to, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. And this year I'm going to do it a little better. Let's put this back in here. I have this card in here for a reason. I do not want to lose it. And so that's one reason I made certain stickers that I'm going to show you in just a second. I do not have a running list of how I'm doing this live. I'm just doing it as my brain remembers. So speaking of notebook therapy, this is a notebook therapy book my best friend Terry gave me 2 years ago. I was not hoarding it. I was deciding what to use it for. This is not an A5. It's a little smaller than an A5, as you can tell. They call it original. In inches, it's about 5.25, 5.25, and 7.5. The hard part. The pages, I think, are 120. Yeah, they feel like the Archer and Olive ones. Their signatures are sewn in. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, they're sewn. One more page. Nope, they're sewn in. I think there's about 120 pages. Just go to their website and they'll show you everything. What's interesting about when you get one of their books, their pockets on the back, they do more of this cloth fabric instead of paper, which I think maybe so when you stick things in there it won't break. And then they give you a little paper clip. Let's see. I want to get back into cafe journaling too. It helps me focus when I'm not at home. Yes. Yes. And I usually don't even like buy myself a big fancy coffee. Sometimes I just get myself here's the hint, guys. You get yourself an espresso. But Americanos are not that expensive either. But if you're on a budget or you just don't want to spend the money, you get yourself an espresso, and then you go and get yourself some water. Or, sometimes places will give you the hot water for free. I don't know. But anyways, then you just get your water, you pour your espresso in it, boom, you have an Americano. Just saying. So this is really cool. I really like what Notebook Therapy stands for, of their quality of their products, even though I have not used this one yet. But I like how they put little quotes like, let the hug of matcha get you through the week as all you need is love and matcha. And this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous green color, and it has a little matcha here. So once I finish my everything journal, this will turn into my everything journal. The pages are a little smaller, which I'm excited about, which means I'll be able to fill it a lot with a lot more stuff. But since I have you here, I'll just show you another product from Notebook Therapy. I did not purchase this. This was gifted to me by Job of Job Journals. If you're not familiar with him, go check his site out. I was part of his Patreon for a little bit, and we did Christmas exchange gifts last year, and he turned out to be my secret pal. And I was just like fangirling first that I got picked. And two, he gifted me this one. This one's also from Notebook Therapy. This is from another line of books. And what I think I like about Notebook Therapy is that they kind of do a theme around their notebooks. And this one is, I'm not going to butcher the Japanese, but it represents of doing forest bathing. And forest bathing is a way of getting back into nature. It's wonderful to meditate. It's wonderful just for your everyday well-being. And so this is from that line. And this is what it came with. This is not leather like my other ones. This is pleather, but it's still gorgeous. And this one, yeah, like I said, yeah, I was right about the forest. And real quickly, it says, it feels like an alpine glade at sunrise, the smell of damp earth after a rainfall, like the sun winking off crystal seas, or the jump in your stomach as a plane takes off. It feels like home. So this came with it. These are rub-ons. I haven't used them yet. I want to make sure that I am on camera for both sites. It has a little slide pocket here. This is just telling you about it. Thank you for being part of the journey. The back side's the same. It comes with strings for 3 books. And this one came with blank. It's kind of an off-white. Oh, I'm trying to fight off a sneeze. Comes out with grid paper, a little darker than you've seen Hobonichi or Archer and Olive or even the other one. And then it comes with craft paper. And I might have to embrace my dislike for craft paper and just give this one a try. The reason I don't care for craft paper is when I got my very first Archer and Olive, it was one of those surprise me things for a cheap price. Well, he sent me a craft paper one, and it was really hard to for me to use. So just a little inspiration there. Alrighty then, let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, where did I put them? Had everything, oh, they're there. Had everything lined up, so I want to be doing this. Oh, good gravy. Where are they? Oh my goodness. Hang on. Oh my word. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. I have 2 more to show you. Where are they? This is when you get everything ready and then it all falls apart. Okay, where are you? Aha, they fell down. Bad form. Okay, thank you for that pause of freaking out. All right, moving on. I need to make sure I'm in frame for my YouTube channel here too. Okay, cool. All right, this is the Hobonichi section of my Techo Kaigi. I did cousin. I got on the bandwagon 2 years ago and did a cousin. I'm not being dramatic. This is how, let me get the box out of the way. This is how chunky she got. Hey, Stationary Shenanigans. Thank you for popping on. Can you hear me? Let's see. He says, I'm awesome. I'm working right now. Notebook therapy. I've seen posts on notebook therapy, but I do not know anything about it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being my tester, Greg. Love ya. Okay, so here's my chunky. Truth be told, I didn't even finish it. I just saw Kelsey Doodles just talk about how she didn't even finish hers because it's so difficult to write in, even though some of us, like Barbie and others, love chunkies. So I did it. I worked it. I wrote in it. I put stuff in it. All the good stuff, right? So fat, I couldn't keep it on my shelf without it splitting open, so it gets into my Moterm box there. Okay, moving on. I fell in love with a 6 size last year, but I'm like, I'm never going to do Hobonichi again. And I didn't do Hobonichi last year. This is, oh, drat. I covered up all the stuff. Maybe Greg knows the name of it. Did you get the camera to show landscape? Truth be told, Greg, this is my fancy dancy camera that I do my my videos on. So you might want to like find a camera. That's the only way I have it live like this. Isn't it exciting for it to be landscape that way? So Monique says, I love the craft of Furman. Yeah. So I forget the name of this one. It's a famous name of a book. But anyways, this is A6. Once again, I didn't finish it all. I repurposed these pages. It just got too chunky. So, will this one get chunky? Maybe. Maybe it won't. Yes. Yes, you can connect it and you can do it. Steology, you win the prize. That was a steology book that I just showed you. Thank you so much, Greg, for telling me that. So anyways, long and short of it, I'm going to do a Hobonichi A6. And I'm doing the Avec, if that's how you pronounce it. My cover is the same one from last year. Inexpensively, I just got a new cover on cover. Now, this isn't leather or anything fancy, so like why put a cover on cover? Well, you take this in and out of your bags or whatever, or you have something on your hands, you grab it, it's stained. So Hobonichi people were really smart and they make this cover on cover. Hey Karen, thank you for joining in. You'll have to watch the replay for the other ones, but I'm going through what I am using for 2024. Now, I have a video over on YouTube explaining exactly what the Avec is, but in short form, they were smart and they split the year in half. So this is June to July, and then, January to June, and then July to December, which with a couple extra months because that Hobonichi's cool that way. I started to decorate this. I'm not going to decorate this because this one's going to live on this side of my cover for the most part. So I might decorate this. So I didn't want to decorate this and not be able to see it. Alrighty then. So I made these stickers. No, I'm not going to sell them in my shops. This was just for me in the sense of trying to figure this out. Now, any of you stationery lovers out there want to give it a try, I will send it to you. And if you have a Cricut machine, go for it and try to cut them out correctly. I brought this along to show you the other ones that I made. It's a hit and miss. I did find a lady that was willing to give away templates that she's made for the A5 size and the weeks. And I thought that was very, very nice of her. So those will be a little different than the A6 size. So, yes, I could just left it blank, but I didn't, or with the numbers. But with my brain, the way it works, I see when I see January, I know that's the first month, or December, I know that's the 12th month. But when I see it like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my brain doesn't catch up with me enough. I mean, quick enough. So by having the words instead of the numbers, I thought that would be great. Okay, in the A6, a little different from our cousin, it doesn't have those vertical daily or weekly daily pages. It does have the month page though. Sorry if I am speaking in rhymes. Sometimes I speak backwards here. Let me make sure I didn't do it. Oh, Karen says, you're using a Hobonichi first time? Awesome. If you're still here, Karen, which one? I'd love to know. So A6 cousin, no, this isn't cousin, this is the original. The A6 size, they give you a layout for the whole month. So you can use this to track your expenses. You can write down everyone's birth dates, whatever floats your boat. Well, there's some up here. There was this grid 4x9, and I think it was for check marks or something. And I didn't like it. So what did I do? I went on Canva, figured out the size after a couple times, and I made my own stickers with coffee theme. So each month just has a little peek of a coffee or a hot drink, because this one's an orange. I printed these out before I realized my printer was running low. Ooh, that's not good. So anywho, what I was trying to say is that I just wanted to decorate it. What am I going to track here or right here? Who knows? But doesn't it look pretty? Okay. In the Hobonichi world, they start all of their planners before the first of the year. One, if you are a Hobonichi person that uses it all the time, however you use it, do what's for you. You can move your stuff over. If this is your first time, like it was for me a couple years ago, you can practice putting stuff in and testing your pens and like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. So then when January rolls around, you're ready to go. And so the A6 size, they give you the monthly, and then that's it. There's no January, there's no December. Before I put my foot in the mouth thing. Yeah, that's it. They just give you this. Now the A5 and the weeks, which I'm going to show you. Yes, believe it or not, I'm going to use the weeks this year. It will give you like 2 or 3 weeks to work on it. So I don't know what I'm going to do for this layout, because I use my Google Calendar for all of our family stuff, because it's an easy way to communicate with my son and my husband. So I just took out some stickers I had and I just made a collage. And that's it. Thank you for joining in. So this one's going to be my art journal. This one is in Japanese. The weeks I'm going to show you is in English. I love this. It says, turn the page to a new year. So this might be where I put my inspiration board, all those words you want to use to get you going in the new year. Then this is usually like in the cousin, you have one page here. A lot of people, they'll make lists, or they will just decoupage it. Oh, I just aged myself. They will cover it full of stickers or a drawing or a saying. And then you have a day for each day. Does that make sense? The Japanese, before they went to Gregorian calendar, also they followed the moon, the lunar calendar. So I really love the phases of the moon. I'm a total moon girl. So this is really neat. I won't have to look on my phone on the app when I know the phases of the moon. So you get a page each day. So this is going to be my art journal. If you're asking where these tabs came from, they came from a traveler's notebook calendar that just did not work out for me. Nick says you can't tell it looks ombre. Okay. Hey, Danny. I don't know what I said to say you can't tell it looks ombre. I know each month where the numbers are, there's different colors. So if you could tell me what that means, then I can tell you again or answer it. So what I did is I just started January because I'm not sure exactly. Oh, when you're running out of ink. Oh, yes. Yes. Especially when it's on the clear sticker paper. The Mako clear sticker paper. Oh, that's not the clear one. Yes. And it turned out all of them were out. So this is my original design. Time to make plans. I have her again on regular sticker paper. Where is she? Where is she? She's supposed to be in here. I think I might have her in my weeks already. So I am embracing my I've been hypermobility I have hypermobility syndrome. So I've had it my whole life, but it's catching up with me. So now I'm embracing it. No pun intended. So I made this girl with a little brace holding her books. So these I might do if I'm in a challenge or something of that nature. And then the rest of them are the days. So that's what's going to be over here. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me and watching. And if you are on the replay, let me know what's your favorite book so far. This is, I created for my A6 size pages. So I'd have a pen board, pencil board, a hard surface. This is really good to have so you don't imprint onto the next page, especially if you're a hard writer. Or let's say you're doing watercolors. Hobonichi paper is really good with watercolors. It doesn't, if it soaks through a little, it doesn't go to the next page type of thing. So these are really easy to make. This is a Hobonichi, but it's a regular paper. It's grid. And I did a pen test back here, but that's for another day. They did it in 3 different colors. I don't know if that's so you have it in 3 different sections. This is going to be my commonplace book. I am so excited to start another commonplace book, and I have great ideas for it. This is a blank canvas as I see it. These pages here, so these are going to be decorated. And this will live on this side of it. Now here's something I learned last year. Where's my pen? Okay, I have one pen that lives in this, and I removed it, and now I can't find it. Just lovely. There it is. I thought these were 2, you can use it as 2 pen loops. No, it's when it gets chunky. I saw Rainbow Holics use it that way. And so I'm just like, oh my God, that's brilliant. So I was putting 2 pins in there, but it just holds the case together. How smart is that? Oh, I'll show you this, Monique. You'll get it. My ink ran out when I made these. These were supposed to be black. This is supposed to be solid. So yeah, that's when I was. But I'm going to reuse the photos. The photos are still good. Okay, welcome to the weeks. I do have a video on my YouTube channel about the weeks, so I'm not going to explain about it too much due to the fact that I'm already at an hour, which is awesome. And I'm so excited for the people that have been popping in and out of this Techo Kaigi. This is a week's. The one thing I will tell you about it is the size, because, and I don't know if Greg has seen videos too about this, but when anyone works on or talks about their weeks, it looks so big. I mean, it looks like it's this big. And it isn't. It's a cutie patootie. And now I understand why people use these, because they're easy to put in their bag. It's easy to grab. It's easy to flip through type of thing. I get it. So the ones are like, oh, what's the size? Approximately 7.5. And then 3 3/4, if I'm doing my math right. This one has a 2-fold. And if you're on the fence and you still want to get one, there is a Facebook group that sells Hobonichi things for a pretty reasonable price. That's where I got this one. It's a 2-fold. This one's going to be my health journal. And the reason I decided to use this for my health journal is because the easiness of it. Greg says the weeks, let's see, I carry around a weeks all the time at my old job. It was the perfect size. Yeah, it's I don't know why no one gets excited about the size of it. It just like, oh my gosh. So it was just like, it's so cool. So anyways, back to it. Let's focus. It's going to be my health journal, so I can take it to my doctor's appointments and or my PT, or if I'm going to try to faithfully carry it around with me. So if I'm having a new symptom of pain or whatever, I can jot it down right then and there instead of trying to remember. Yes, I know I can use notes on my phone, but I am an analog girl in a digital world. So I designed the copy. I'm going to carefully take this out. I just don't want this to rip. This is a hardcover one. But once again, I did the cover on cover, so it won't get all scratchy. I decorated the front. She's an original drawing of mine. And this one is from Pam Pockets. Pocket Pam. She's not back on YouTube or Instagram, but y'all, she has her she has her Etsy shop open again. So that's just one of those things that I was so excited. So Pam, her shop is back open, but she isn't back on the social media. So to me, I messaged her, so that made me feel good that she's doing well. I know you probably can't really see it because I did it on clear paper, but this is one of my designs I did a long time ago. I think I might re-release in my shops. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And so I did different ones, like with a boot, with a tennis shoe and a high heel. This is one of my designs too, just to let you know, in case you're like, oh, where did you get it? This is just from Cricut. And then this is one of Pam's designs to see if Monique is still here. This should be really, really bright, and it should have a black outline, and it doesn't, but that's okay. I noticed, because of using the Hobonichi paper before, if you use stamps in it, and if you don't take off a lot of the ink, it will sink through. And I didn't want to have that happen, so I just put some sticker paper on it and then made my design on top of it. So that's a thought. If you will it add bulk to your book? Probably, but who cares? It's your book. Remember, it's your journal, your journey, your life. Now here, this is what I was talking about, just the numbers. I haven't done it to this one yet. So see, there's the difference. They do have the date things, but I like it bigger so I can catch it right away, because that's just the way my brain works. Now this one is in English, so it's interesting to see what their sayings are instead of having to do Google Translate. Now, I really don't need the calendar from last year, so I might just cover this up and decorate it that way. The weeks, like the other one, comes with each monthly spread thing. And I might design a sticker going this way, so I have something pretty to look at. It looks pretty without that line. It does actually. It does. But if you go on to our Etsy shop, I mean, they're just like, pow, really, really bright. So like the A6 where I did all my little coffee stickers, at the bottom, because it gives you space here. Here, I forgot to put in March so you can see. March on. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where's March? Oh, this way, Katrina. Okay. Just because I forgot March. I don't know how I did it, but I have to go back and make one for March. Gives you blank here. It's real skinny. And it gives you fat down here, and then it gives you some check marks here. I don't think I'm going to do any writing in here, so I wanted to make it pretty. And so I did a theme. You can kind of see the pictures, even though you can't see the black outline. I was inspired by Job's Journal's PET tape, which I do not have access to at this moment. He did strips of pictures of his travels and stuff. And I took that as inspiration and then made my own. But as I was going through Canva, I noticed there was a lot of them that had coffee, kind of like with journaling. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so I'm like, oh, there's my common theme. Hello, and then the month. Hello, February. Hello, April. Hello, May. And then I picked 2 pictures to go on either side that to me felt like that month. So that's the reason I made all these teeny tiny days of the week. Yes, I could leave it like this, but this makes me happy. So that's why I did it. So unlike, like the cousin and then the A6, all your monthly spreads are in the beginning and then the weeks start afterwards. So this one you get the December month, just like in the A6. Then it goes on. I didn't do July through December yet because I didn't have time at the moment. But believe it or not, if you're not familiar with Hobonichi just yet too, you can pre-plan into the next year. They take you into March. So then when you move into your next one, if you do this over again, then you'll have it written down and you just transfer it over. Okay, so this is your monthly lookout, and then you have the weeks. Now the weeks is spread out into 2 sides, every day of the week, and then a place for you to do whatever. I didn't do anything yet because I wanted to do this video first because this is going to be full of personal information. So they give you a couple weeks to do it in December, and then you get to start in January. Oh, here she is. This is what it looks like on solid paper. Let's see, Greg. Let's see. Love the film coffee looking of the tape. Thank you. It's going to be a theme next year, I think. I'm going to really embrace my coffeeness for next year. So I decided I don't really need to decorate, but I needed a little color something on the pages. So with my clear Mako paper, let's see. If you guys aren't familiar with it, you can get it on the Amazon. That's a matted clear paper. The maker's name is Mako. Let's see if I can get it in focus for everyone. So I just made designs to put on the days of the week. So I did the first 2. And then this morning, and I think I will just do this off the air. I made some more. I just did, this is from not Canva, I apologize, Procreate. I just did different designs of Procreate. And so then I'll just peel all of these off one at a time and then stick it over the day. And because the ink is so dark, it'll just show right through. And I think that will just kind of give it a different look. These are also from Traveler's Notebook. It was just a monthly calendar I bought off of Simone, and it didn't work for me. I was going to use it for work and all that, and I really didn't need it for work. So it came with a packet of the, here you can see some of the large ones. It came with a packet of the little tabs. And I love tabs, and I love seeing it right away. So I just put the miniature ones up for your, the passport size I put on here. So, like I said, this is going to be for me documenting my health, but then fingers crossed, I applied to go back to school and get my master's. And if I get accepted, then starting July, August through the rest of the year, this will be used for, besides my health, it'll be used for school. So I will let you know more about that. Just like the others, it has more little doodah days in it. And then it gives you, and this is the chief complaint I've heard from some people, they want more blank pages. I'm like, well, if you really want more blank pages, then just get a blank page book. Problem solved. You get approximately 72 pages of blank paper to use. This one gives you the page numbers and stuff. So that's that. And then the last thing, what else did I want to share before I have to go? Let's see. Oh, Monique will like this. I think Greg will like it too, because I know he loves going to coffee shops. I created some coffee day stickers for myself. So before and after the ink thing. Let's see. Okay. Greg says, that is awesome. What will you study? Okay, I will let you know in just a second. And then they make a week style little notebook you can use like it. Okay, I did not know that. I just learned it. The stickers are great. Every day's coffee day for me. High five. Yes. Every day's coffee day. So what I was going to do is try to keep that commitment of cafe journaling. And sorry for you Starbucks lovers. I love honoring the mom and pops shops and where I live. I finally found a lot of mom and pop shops, so I'm going to try to document that. And so I made these so I can put them in my journal. And then what I'm going to study, if I get into the program, I haven't used that part of my brain in such a long time, but I'm going to study mental health counseling. And I want to, I'm on the general track, but I want to have, one of my focus groups would be late diagnosed women with autism. I found a counselor that really helped me, and I want to share that back. So, of course, you know how when you start school, it's like a candy bowl. There's so many different pieces of candy you want to try before you figure out which one, but that's the one I would want to do. Let's see, Greg, you're awesome here. One of my 2024 resolutions, more cafe journaling. Okay, well, maybe we need to keep each other accountable on that. And then let's say it will be so interesting. Grad school is a lot. It is, but I think because I'm older and when I start school, I will not be on mom duty. Where we go, mom duty. So I'll be able to focus on it. It's an in-program. It's a not online, but in-person program. But the next grouping doesn't start until the fall. So Let's see. Yay, I'm glad. Waiting until yes. Wait until your age to do your PhD. Absolutely. And I think doing my master's at this age now also has helped me of all the life experiences instead of, going in like at 21, 22. I'm like, oh yeah, I know all this because I'm book smart, but you haven't experienced whatever you're going to study. Alrighty then. Yay, I did it. Greg, thank you so much for popping in on the YouTube channel and being my sound check person. Thank you so much. Shout outs to everyone over on Instagram. A lot of people popped in and out, and right now I only see 3 people showing up there, so I don't know who is still listening. So if you saw the entirety, or if you popped in and you're going to watch the replay, please let me know. What are you doing for 2024? I've seen on both channels that we're doing cafe journaling, and we're doing health journaling and art journaling. And Karen, she is trying a Hobonichi for the first time. I am so excited for you. And let's see. All right. You have a nice weekend too, Greg. And even though I didn't get my hands messy, I'm going to keep my tagline. Okay. Remember, everyone, messy hands, happy life. See you guys next time. Bye.